Welcome in, Minnesota high school football fans. Coach Lance is joining me once again. This time, we're gonna do 5A. There's 43 teams in 5A, so this is we got to be efficient here. But we want to cover everybody. We're gonna do the same thing. It's gonna be over unders. I did a very calculated over under based on I guess my thoughts on what would be a good line. So we're gonna
Many
go through every
variables were
team.
taken into account.
Right. We're gonna go through every team. We'll talk about a player from most programs to look out for. And yes, Coach, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's get to it. We have a lot of teams to get through.
Let's do it. St. Louis Park.
On to section 5. We're halfway done, Caleb.
Oh God. Wow.
So this section is one of the biggest reasons why I would say we just need to get rid of section play at football for all levels, because it's like, how is it that one of these 5 teams is going to make it to state? Meanwhile, a Monticello misses out, or someone from section 2 that we talked about earlier misses out. It's got to change.
Right. I got to plug my keep talking. I just got to plug my phone in so the Farmington Tiger doesn't show up. Yep.
Yeah, I think you and I talked earlier. St. Louis Park had a quarterback injury earlier in the season, and
we'll talk about
him last year. Okay, if he's healthy,
I think they had a lot of close games too last season. They barely lost. And over-unders, it's not talking about how good they are as a team. You're really just trying to get a lot of it's schedule-based too, where you're just trying to eclipse a certain number, but continue.
Definitely. I am going to take the over. I think Southwest, they can win. They're going to beat JFK. They're going to beat Jefferson. They should beat Park Center. So that's, 4 right there? That already covers it. And then you got Tartan and Weekend St. Francis team is kind of your leeway. That gets you to 5 wins without playoffs. Then you figure you can have an easy playoff win against an easy section. I see the Orioles getting over that.
Yeah, I think they're all somewhat winnable other than 3 and 4.
Yeah, that's not a shot.
And yeah, I mean, last season was kind of a weird year for this program, but Everett Arnold, I think, is going to be one of the better tight end receivers in the class. Played quarterback for him last season, got injured, came back. He started in the high school program as a receiver, and they're like, yeah, we need a quarterback, like some 5A programs do. When you put an athlete that has an arm, and he was a good quarterback under center, and then he gets injured, and
under
now
center,
right
in
the
spreads,
now he's playing his natural position, the one he started playing with, the one that he wanted to play with. And I've seen clips. He's fully healthy. He's running uberly fast, and I'm just excited to see what it turns out to. It sounds like they got a good quarterback coming up too, so that should help his cause, obviously, that somebody's going to be able to throw him the ball. And yeah, Everett Arnold, shout out. I think he's going to have a good year with his first varsity time, because I'm pretty sure he was the sophomore quarterback for St. Louis Park, and then last year he obviously was and got injured. So Arnold going to be a big piece for St. Louis Park this season.
Let's see it, Orioles. Got to have a good quarterback to run a spread offense.
Southwest,
Ooh.
5.5. Cleared it last year.
That Hill Murray game is so bizarre when you ever see those like 5A to 4A cross. Same with Minneapolis North. That one at least is a little bit more of a Twin Cities League game.
That's a W this year.
Is it over Minneapolis North?
Yeah.
Wait, what? You're saying Southwest, Minneapolis Southwest is going to beat Minneapolis North?
Yeah.
No shot.
What?
No.
North had a really good team, but they graduated literally close to everybody. They only have a couple guys coming back. And now, if you were asking me this last year, I would totally agree with you and saying, yeah, absolutely zero shot.
Okay, no, that Coach Adams and company know how to get it done. That's like saying that Stewartville would lose to like Park at Cottage Grove just because they're 2 classes ahead of them. It's like there's no shot Stewartville would ever lose that game.
I give them a puncher's chance.
Ooh. All right, we'll disagree on that one, but yeah, I'm definitely taking the under on this. Like, you figure Spring Lake Park they can win, then you're gonna lose 2 in a row. Central they can beat, Roosevelt they can beat. Is that
Can
Camden
beat.
there? And then they'll lose to Washburn. So I only got 4 regular season wins. I don't know about week 8. They should win, so that's 5, and then they'd have to win a
Flirting
playoff
with
game to
it.
get to 6.
Flirting
Mm,
with it. I'm gonna
no,
take
I'm
the
gonna go
over.
just under. I'm
I'm
capping them
gonna
at
take
5
the over.
wins. I can at least see you making the case to get to 6 wins. It's a very good over under for this team, but I'm just barely under.
Yeah. This is again one of the I think they're gonna eclipse the over under mark. I don't think they're gonna be necessarily as good as a other team in 5A that's gonna have 6 wins, but I think they're going to eclipse that mark and go Lakers.
Go. There's a big difference between a 6-2 Minneapolis Southwest and a 6-2 Chaska.
Yes, indeed. Lincoln, Ribneck
What a
receiver
name.
DB, uh, Moorhead commit, Minnesota State Moorhead commit,
Ooh.
6 touchdowns last season, 500 plus yards, and I believe he's the leading returning receiver coming back. So primed for a big year, really good opportunity. Also a Hitman product that I've gotten to see up close going to 7-on-7 events and just watching their team. So overall, good player, good athlete, and I think is going to make some noise and prove me right about this Lakers team that's going to get over 5.5 wins for
Oh,
the season.
we'll see about that.
Minneapolis,
Minneapolis.
Washburn.
Coach, oh, I'm totally blanking. No, there's no. You guys are going to do the podcast week 3, and you're going to get cooked about, like with Coach Wilkie, about the Minneapolis North and betting against them. There's no shot. Speaking of Minneapolis North, look, there they are again on the schedule.
There they are. It's weird.
And what do you know? Washburn lost to them last year. Funny.
Because last year's North team was no joke.
That
And it wasn't by like one, it was 28. I don't know what. I remember the score being somewhat close.
yeah. How are they playing Cass and Manorville? Why is it that Cass and Manorville's first 2 games of the season are St. Paul Central and Minneapolis Washburn? I
Must
guess
be
someone was
nice.
like, "Oh, you guys are playing in the toughest section in the state, so we're going to give you like the easiest, most random possible."
It sounds so weird that you're talking about an 8-4 team last year like this. And
Well,
I can't say anything
okay.
because I kind of agree.
Remember, Caleb, this is the team that got to pick who their 1
I
seed opponent
agree.
was in
Oh,
state,
trust me, I remember.
and they thought
It
they'd have a
shows
better chance against Elk River. But then again, your choices were Elk River, Alexandria, or Spring Lake Park. Like, do you want to get shot, stabbed, or poisoned? Like, it's
which
basically-
buzzsaw do you want to run into?
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they don't really have a good option there.
no, but looking at the Millers' schedule, they should like dominate the Twin Cities League. They'll beat Jefferson week 1 for sure. I mean, I think we talked last year. Jefferson and stopping the run is just not something they can do. So if they got another big running back, I got Washburn running all over them. Cam will be a loss, and then win, loss. So 2-2. Win, win, win. So that puts us at 5-2. They'd have to win 3 playoff games, which they'll win 3 playoff games in the section. That puts them just over. Give me the over.
So you're thinking 8-4 again?
I'm thinking 8-4 again. I got them doing it.
I'll agree. Yep, Millers 8-4 again this season. Chase Hogan, linebacker, class of 2027, led the team in tackles last season, 5 TFLs, and I think some of the stats might be a little skewed because there's sometimes teams don't record like every game, so or injuries go into that as well. You can't really tell what it is, but just a disruptor and going to be spearheading this Miller defense going into the 2026 year. So if you're going up against Washburn, you better watch out for Mr. Hogan because he's going to be one of the best on that defense. So Washburn over 7.5. We both are. Bloomington Jefferson, moving on. Over under
Yes.
3.5. Yeah, I see you light up as soon as you see the screen. Yep.
Old
Good.
stomping grounds,
Yep.
baby. Let's
Good
go.
stuff. Over under 3.5. What do you got?
Uh, well, they were only 3 wins last year, and I feel like they had the exact issue you and I talked about last year. I was concerned about them stopping the run, and sure enough, they were unable to stop the run. Like, it's almost like using a nickel defense against all these teams that are run heavy is not the best strategy. But what do I know? But just looking at it, loss, 0-3, just like they did last year. Tartan is a coin flip. Matamida is a loss. You know, you're potentially starting 1-4, 0-5. Benilde, they're going to lose to. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That means your only winnable games are Tartan, Spring Lake, or St. Louis Park, and JFK, which they should easily beat JFK. If they lose that game, which they almost did last year somehow, I yeah, I'm going okay, first, like, now that I'm looking over here, they only won 3 games last year, yet they somehow got voted the 1 seed of their section. Like, how? How did they get that over Washburn?
Good question.
Yeah, it's okay.
I wish I had answers.
So I obviously that's coach's vote and everything. I guess maybe Coach
See,
Bach is just
maybe
the master
somebody
negotiator.
thought that they matched up better with Jefferson, just like Washburn thought they'd match up better with Elk River.
It's funny you mentioned Washburn again because they're the ones that did get to play Jefferson. So maybe they were like, "Hey, we were able to pick our opponent and it worked out in our favor with Jefferson. Let's try it again on Elk River." There's a big difference between a Jefferson and an Elk River. But no, I'm going to take the under on this. I could
Yeah,
see
I,
Jefferson pushing it to 3 wins, but that is a hard cap.
I agree. Joe Moore being the quarterback of Jefferson that I do like, class of 2028. This is going to be his second year, pretty sure, in the offense. Really good pocket passer, but really calm with his feet was one of the things that I noticed. A lot of quarterbacks, when they throw in the pocket, they feel really uncomfortable
Yeah,
and they
especially that
like to move
Jefferson
around a
pocket.
lot.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether it's a product of him being comfortable in the system, him trusting his O line, him trusting the routes that the receivers are running, but he just seems like he's really solid in the pocket and in no rush to either hurry up the throw or leave the pocket. So just a unique thing that you look around and a lot of high school quarterbacks don't possess that poise, the calmness to stay in the pocket. So that's one of the big things that jumped out on the paper to me. But if Jefferson even
Mhm.
thinks about going over 3.5, like Moore has to be a
Protected.
really good quarterback for them. Yes, and
That's
protect it.
it's the big thing protected. I don't think that's gonna happen, but
Sounds like
that's what
your
they got.
favorite team, Kennedy. It
Oh,
sounds like you have high expectations for these guys.
the best thing you can hope for with Bloomington Kennedy is that they co-op with Jefferson and just have one Bloomington football team. Be a 6A Maroon team. Go play with like Apple Valley, Park Cottage Grove, and all those guys.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, then they could easily clear 3.5 wins. We wouldn't even have to be talking about over unders with them.
Look at
But
that.
in, instead, we're gonna
Brilliant.
go visit JFK, who struggles in the Twin Cities League. It's like, I mean, that's basically like ending up like Burnsville. You end up in the Maroon, and yet you still can't win a football game. Like, what do you do at that point? Um, yeah. So, it's tough because you play Roosevelt, you do play Columbia
Columbia
Heights,
Heights.
and you do play
That's
Park Center.
and can that's
And the Jefferson game was a coin flip last year. Funny enough, I think I'm
and
actually going to
depending
take
on
the
what St.
over.
Louis Park looks like or does, that
Mm,
also could be semi-winnable.
yeah. So,
So when
three,
you're
4, and 6
trying to get to
are out of the
3
question.
wins, this suddenly becomes an interesting, encouraging line.
I I got to wrap my brain around this for a second. I just took the under on Jefferson and I'm taking the over on Kennedy. What is my life? How is this the reality we live in? But that is what I'm doing. I am taking the over on Kennedy. I think they get the 3 wins.
I do too. Fly Eagles
Roosevelt,
fly.
Columbia. Yeah.
They're gonna be soaring.
I don't know about that. You can soar on 2 broken wings a little
Right.
bit, I suppose.
Joshua Amadi, running back, linebacker. Good build, 6'2", 215. Just a solid. I mean, not a lot of running backs. I guess maybe it's more of a typical linebacker, but you don't see a lot of high school running backs that are like that. But
Mhm.
makes impact on both sides of the ball. 100 attempts, 700 yards, 8 touchdowns, 50 total tackles, 7 TFLs. Just like a stat stuffing machine on both sides of the ball. His film popped out. 3 forced fumbles as well. I mean,
That's
what
nice.
doesn't this guy do? If
Yeah.
Kennedy's going to make us right,
They they
Amadi is
well,
going
they
to
probably
have.
figured, hey, this is the best kid on our team. He's the only one that's going to get to touch the football. He's the only one that's going to make tackles on defense. He has to do everything. He's the guy.
I also like Amadi. The last name Amadi just sounds good. It's a good
Sounds
last
like an
name.
NFL guy. Joshua Amadi. You can see him playing on like the Colts or something.
Buffalo, the
Ooh.
Bison.
Moving on to section 6. This
Yep.
uh
Where's the herd going? Up or
mm,
down?
5.5 is tough. Because remember, this was the team that, from my context, moved up to 6A for 2 years, couldn't beat anyone outside the Maroon division, got stomped in the playoffs, and then went right back down to 5A. But they actually were pretty competitive in 5A. They have a
I was
solid
gonna
spread
say
offense.
they had a good year last year,
Yeah, I was
relatively
impressed when they went back
speaking.
to 5A.
Especially when you
Um,
look at the past 6 years. 0-5, 3-7, 2-7. Then the 2 year cycle, like you're talking about, 5-4, 5-4, beating nobody really in that span, beating the teams that they were supposed to beat, and then coming down. I didn't know if they were going to revert back to, you know, their previous 5A years in recent history, or be able to stay somewhat competitive. And I think we had our answer. But I think Benson meant a lot to that team. And given all that, with a line at 5.5,
I'm
they
going to go under.
barely cleared it. Yep, you've read my mind.
I'm going under. I think they can get Brainerd, Cooper, Irondale, and Park Center. Okay, they also had some weird wins. They had a 1 point win over Bemidji last year somehow, and then obviously there was that shocker against Armstrong on that goofy reverse or hook and ladder. It was the hook and ladder I think they ran. That was the strip varsity highlight. But I don't see them getting over 5.5. They had some nice fluke wins last year. They're not going to win at Bemidji this season. There's no way. So give me the under. I got 4 wins, and I don't think they're going to win a playoff game because that section's just a little bit loaded with playoffs. Maybe
I
if
could
they
see
get
I
Cooper.
I could see them getting a 5, but I don't think they're going to go over.
Mm-mm.
Unfortunately, I like Buffalo though. Buffalo's a good program. Um, Dolan Brisk, athlete, tackle machine, good lateral quickness. I was Not a lot of backers can move laterally. They're like, yeah, let me find this hole and run through it and make a tackle. But when it comes to like chasing sweeps or chasing stretches, they don't like doing that. But this guy, um, really good laterally, which I found unique. And then just his aggressiveness, whether it was attacking a block that was coming at him or a tackle. It, I feel like Buffalo always has these just at bigger athletes that can do a lot of things. I can't think it was Hans, but he was a really good D lineman. I want to say, if my memory is serving me right, he went to Army, but I could totally be off base on that. But he was one of the better players in state. I feel like Buffalo always turns out these front seven freaks of nature that it's kind of like the Prior Lake lab for offensive linemen. I feel like
Okay,
they have a
we
defensive front seven lab at Buffalo that they kind of create guys in the lab
Yeah,
over there to
they're
be
more of
good
a
for
4-2
defense.
flex. Like they have a solid front six because they got the four down. As long as they're not playing Spring Lake Park, they have a solid front six. But yeah,
Shout out Mr. Brisk there, Robbinsdale Armstrong.
giving me flashbacks. Remember when I said week 5 last year there was no shot that Armstrong loses that game, and that quote somehow ended up in the locker
Ooh,
room?
yikes.
Here we are 1 year later. It's oh, I'm not gonna make that mistake again. I was honestly disappointed by Armstrong last year. They had such a good roster on paper. They've got great coaching, and I don't know if they got injured or anything. They started off really solid 3-0 against bad teams, and then all of a sudden 3-3. Like the Buffalo one was a head scratcher.
The
Obviously,
Buffalo
we
one, they
didn't.
should have. I was at that game. They started out. I mean, Buffalo really didn't have any business, I feel like, winning that game.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm thinking of it flipped, but I remember Armstrong being in the driver's seat for most of that game and them kind of just screwing it up as it went along. Like Buffalo
Yeah.
did need that lateral to win that game.
Yep.
So yeah, that
But
is
then they also lost to Buffalo a second time in the playoffs.
yeah,
So,
exactly. Again,
eh,
when you compare scoreboards and stuff like that, compare even games against similar opponents, stuff just doesn't make sense a lot of the time.
yeah, it. You know what? I am going to give Armstrong the over, only by one game though, because I think they start off 4-0. There's, that'll be my take this year. There's no shot Buffalo beats Armstrong week 4 instead of the week 5 game. We're going the week 4 game. If Buffalo wants to post that on the locker room when they go to or no, it'd be at Buffalo. So yeah, Buffalo, put that up in your locker room. Coach Lance saying there's no shot you're going to beat Armstrong week 4. There you go. I just guaranteed him a win. But then they're going to lose the next two to SLP and Elk River. They should pick up a win against
Cooper,
Cooper. That's the fun rivalry. Is
one, two,
another thing to
three.
talk about is maybe they're going to merge with Cooper in the coming years. And then Alexandria is an easy loss, especially because they're going to be at Alexandria. That's tough.
What's their playoff
Playoff.
section?
Their playoff section would be Spring Lake Park, Cooper, Park Center, Irondale, and Buffalo.
So they get one.
Yeah, so they're gonna probably play like
They might
if
get two
assuming
if they
that
don't get a bye.
that's true. If they did get a bye next to Spring Lake Park, they'd have to play the 3, but still, you'd get Buffalo, Irondale, Park Center, or Cooper as your first playoff game
I'm gonna go
before you have
over.
to play SLP.
I'm
Smart
gonna
man,
go.
yeah. It's not a lot over, but I would give them the over at 6 wins.
I thought they were gonna be this again. What you said, it was an underwhelming year
Yeah,
last season. I thought they were gonna be
especially
better than what they were, and
yeah.
they kind of disappointed me.
Coming off previous success with the talent they had, it was just mind-boggling that they took such a step back.
Ben Francis and Zachy Nix. This is the first ever double one, but I thought they're both the same year. They both play the same position, and they're kind of a 1-2 punch. And I feel like football's kind of morphed into the more running backs you have, the better, right? I mean, you've run 3 running backs
Okay,
in just
but we
one
run the
play.
power T. We have to have 3 running backs in the field. They're a spread team. They're primarily an 11 person. Like we scrimmaged them, and we were destroying their GH counter at the scrimmage last year. So they had to start trying to run split zone. We stopped that. They had to eventually resort to duo, and our boys aren't used to duo. So that was like a little bit of success, but I don't
Well,
know.
both of the backs averaged around 6 yards per carry. I think it's as good of a 1-2 punch as you're going to see in the class. And maybe, I mean, if we go in state, like there's a lot of top heavy running backs, but like
Hmm.
if one running back gets hurt, it's like, what's going on for
Yeah.
RB2? But I think it's more of like 2 RB1s in Armstrong. So shout
Mm.
out Francis Nix. I think these two are gonna do well this season and prove us right on the over under.
How do you get them both on the field at the same time? That's the big thing. If you're a single back spread offense, maybe they need
We
to
can
start doing
dabble
more
in the
2 back
split
sets.
back. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
split back or have one lineup as a slot, have them run a little more jet, come up with something.
There's ways to do it. Let's get creative over there.
Yeah, get your best players in the field.
Cooper,
Oh,
3 and a
Cooper.
half.
One,
Okay, sounded
I,
like a disappointed dad there.
it's so hard for me to talk about Cooper and Armstrong without like context. By 2029, I believe there's going to be a decision as to whether Cooper and Armstrong stay as separate high schools or have to merge into one new high school. So
Which high
we
school would they be taking over, though? That's the
they
question.
from what I've seen from their school board agendas, they would not be moving into either of the buildings. They would build a new building and tear down the two current high schools. And it would
Interesting.
be just Robbinsdale High School. And I mean, you
What would
put
their
those two
logo
teams
be? It would
together.
have to be bird.
So we have
Bird.
Falcon and we have a hawk. What's another bird? Eagle. That's
Yeah, too mainstream.
I know. Raven.
Ooh,
Robbinsdale Ravens. There we go.
that's a yes.
Yeah.
That's great, actually. Wow.
um, as for the over under this season, though, give me the under. They're only going to have one playoff game. It's a shame they can't beat for a Holy Angels team. Oh, actually, I want to take the over just barely because if they do beat St. Francis, who lost their quarterback, and then you get a win week 4 and 5, you're likely going to play Irondale or Park Center again in the first round of the playoffs. That would be just enough to get over at 4 wins. You know what? I was just smack talking them about having to combine schools. I'm going to throw Cooper a bone. They are going to go over. They're going to get 4 wins this year.
I'm gonna go under.
Oh.
Oh. uh Now your playoff layout, you kind of made the case and made me question a little bit whether I'm going to be right. But I don't even know if they're good enough to guarantee if they were to play those two teams twice.
You don't think it's guaranteed they would beat Park Center and Irondale? What were the scores last year?
Well,
Park Center they beat 40-28. Irondale they beat 49-14. But then somehow in the playoffs they only beat Irondale 26-20.
see,
Mm,
Irondale's on the move.
it's well, it's obviously it's an alien concept to us in 6A, but when I was at Jefferson 5A, it's very tough to beat the same team twice in one season. Just ask Moorhead last year. Not easy beating the same team twice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under St. Francis. I see I I see 3 wins in their future. I think they're gonna repeat what it was last season.
You're lose to St. Francis. All right, that's okay. If I guess you're drinking the
Star
orange
Star
Kool-Aid, I'm
Startel
drinking
could
the blue Kool-Aid.
Startel could be there, but I think they're too smash mouth for Cooper to have a chance, in
I
my
agree.
opinion.
I agree.
Eric Larkins, another man I've gotten to see up close through various events. I think Cooper always has good playmakers going throughout the program, and I think he's just another one of them. Undersized, but I think that's what makes him so effective. It's those little slot guys that just have a knack of making plays, getting open, uh, being hard to tackle, and he's one of them. He can do it on offense or defense. I think he's good in coverage and with the ball in his hands, just a playmaker, and could be the reason why I'm wrong on my under. So we'll see. I think they have another guy returning. Harris, I think his name is. I think he maybe that duo just goes crazy this season and
Position is
totally
he
proves me wrong.
receiver?
Yeah,
Okay,
I would say athlete because I think he probably plays uh, DB as well if I had to
there we
guess.
go.
But yeah, you gotta
Classic Cooper. Hit him with some zone. Hit him with some verts. That's all you need in your
right
playbook.
air that thing out. Park Center.
Whoa. Best
Mm.
thing I can say about Park Center is they're not co-oping with Osseo this season. Yay! They both get to retain their independence.
It's good
That
stuff.
was a whole rumor and everything. Maybe it would have helped both programs, but yeah, you know what? It's so weird to look at this like Park Center 2.5 wins over under, and then think that they're in the same school district as Maple Grove Senior High. Like it's so strange. Yeah, quite a dip in quality there.
Do you have their
But
schedule pulled up from last year?
yeah,
Where were their wins?
Their
Is De
wins
La
were
Salle?
St. Louis Park and De La Salle, both home
They
games.
didn't get Irondale?
They did not. They lost to Irondale 26-19.
Hmm. Under.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to lean under because they're not gonna get a playoff win. They're one of the teams that the other section is hoping they get round one. I'll you know Irondale, no, because they're not guaranteed to beat Irondale. It's tough because here's the three: they De La Salle,
Lay it out for me.
JFK,
Yep, I
Saint.
see it.
So De La Salle's a win. The coin flips are JFK, St. Louis Park, and Irondale. They play both SLPs in 5A. How about that? But those are the three coin flips. Are they going to be able to win
Three
two of
coin
those three
flips.
coin flips? I'm
What were
gonna
their what were
say
the scores last year?
what were the what last year?
It was the St. Louis Park and Kennedy game. What were the scores of those?
St. Louis Park they won 20-14. Kennedy they lost 12-6.
They're gonna lose to St. Louis Park this year.
You
That
know what?
was a
I I'm gonna take the over,
proclamation
Caleb.
incoming. He's
I'm gonna
gonna
do it.
take
I'm taking
over.
the
Let's
over.
go.
They're gonna get Irondale. They're gonna get De La Salle. They're
You're
gonna
gonna
beat
make me walk
Bloomington
the plank.
Kennedy. They're,
Oh
ironically,
god.
they are the Pirates, unlike Hastings. Like at least Park Center will
See,
commit to that logo. Speaking of Prior Lake, should also be the
we're doing
Pirates.
it.
Like it's just
Yes.
Lakers, Raiders. No, you guys are all Pirates. Please.
All right, so I got the under. You got the over. Joseph Jacobs had a little trouble. I don't think they recorded any stats from last season, so I had to do some digging. But Joseph
After
Jacobs,
looking at some of those scores, I probably wouldn't record stats either.
good receiver, 2027. Uh, both sides of the ball, again, dynamic. One of the weird things was in watching the film, it looked like a lot of his big plays downfield were totally busted plays, where like the play design was completely out of the window and it was just the quarterback making crap up and just chucking the
Yes.
ball downfield,
Mm-hmm.
which worked. Not really last season. Like it worked when it did. So we'll see. But Joseph Jacobs, uh, good ball skills, can make things happen on offense and defense. And again, the Park Center lineage of skill players goes deep. It does go deep. So maybe Jacobs can be a part of that lineage as well. A receiver I like for Park Center going into this season.
There we go. Take the over so you don't have to merge with Osseo, please.
Irondale Knights.
I feel
What do
like
you think?
with the way I've just kind of talked about them, they're going to end up as the bottom feeder of this section.
Okay.
Oh, Cambridge St. Francis is going to be down, but I don't think they can do that. Fridley is always a solid 4A team. I mean, honestly, Caleb, even if you bumped their over under down to 1.5 wins, I'd probably still take the under. The only game that I see that's winnable on here is Park Center.
Park Center. Fridley?
They did beat Fridley last year, but Fridley's a historically good team. I don't know that I can see them replicating that, especially because they got to be on the road at Fridley. I guess that's not that far away, but still.
I give them 2 wins. I say they're at
Okay.
least going to match, but trying to find
The third is
that
the problem.
third.
Like
And I'm
Spring Lake Park,
staring.
no.
What team do you think I'm staring at right now when I'm looking at the third?
It's got to be Cooper or St. Francis.
It was St. Francis.
Okay.
Because I feel like,
Mm,
especially St.
mm.
I don't know when we'll talk about them,
They're
but
Section
St.
7
Francis can get
coming
into
back.
sticky water really quick with their offense and the potential for a mediocre quarterback to be in that offense or a below mediocre quarterback goes in that offense because that can turn my perspective on them around in a hurry.
Yes.
So give me the freaking Knights to get 3 wins. They're going to
No.
beat Park Center. They're going to beat Fridley and they're going to beat St. Francis.
Oh,
Really, it's
you
kind of a parlay because Cooper or St. Francis, I think, is free game. Cambridge Isani, they're not really a good team, but they're one of the more physical
scored
bad
41
teams.
points on them last year.
Cambridge Isani did.
Yeah.
Yeah, physical. Like even if the teams talk to Roseville, even if a team's not very good, if they're physical, they're gonna beat the crap out of some teams. So that's why I'm not giving that a chance.
Who is Roseville beating the crap out of, Caleb, other than Park of Cottage Grove?
All the Maroon teams they beat up.
Oh, no, didn't they only win one last year?
Like not scoreboard wise. I'm telling you, the reason why Hopkins
Wait,
Rose don't get in this. But the reason why Roseville
okay.
can beat Hopkins is because they are a more physical team, schematic wise, and they can push Hopkins around, which leads them to a possible win. Not saying it's
But
going to happen every time,
no, it does. But that's the problem. It should. Lakeville South pushes people around,
but
but we
that's the
push people around and get in
difference.
the end zone.
Roseville's not a very good program. Okay, so do you think if Roseville were just to go to the spread and do the spread, that they'd
No,
have a
you don't have the
better
quarterback
game?
for
Thank you.
it.
Thank you for proving my point. Let's move on. All right.
Pushing people around.
So they're gonna either beat Cooper or St. Francis to get to the 3-win mark.
I'm sticking under. I'm sorry, Irondale. Maybe we should rename them like Copperdale, Aluminum Dale, a little bit softer metal. They're not iron.
Tyler Rozier, offensive lineman, class of 2028. Just aggressive on his blocking, and especially the pass setting. That Irondale, there's this more of a spread.
Yep.
They like to air the ball out, and just his anchor and how sturdy he was going backwards is not normal for a lot of linemen. They like working downhill, down blocks, let me pull, let me kick this guy out. Not a lot of people like kick stepping and getting back into their blocks, but he's really impressive at it. And it's good that he's again in a scheme that complements what his strengths are. So yeah,
Should get some good college looks if he's able to pass protect like that.
dude, he'd stone people going back, just passing it, just like his arm chucks, just stop. Great,
Ooh.
love to see it. Shout out, Mr. Rozier.
So blitz the other side of their O line. Got it.
We
We
remembered
have a
them.
slide for them this year.
Yes, let's go. 11.5.
So this, what are the odds out of the 41 or 43 teams in 6A? The one that we did not talk about last year was the one that went undefeated and won the state title.
100%. That's the odds. 100%.
Wild. 11 and a half wins. Okay, so just going through week by week, 3-0, 4-0.
I'm taking the over. Go through it.
You're going through the over.
Yep.
Okay, and then 6, 7, and 8, they're going to win all those. I mean, it's not the hardest schedule. They should win at least 7. Looking at that week 5 at Armstrong again.
Oh God, here we go.
No, I managed to finally watch some of that game. The Buffalo's defense was just bullying Armstrong's offense could do nothing. It's like they couldn't set up their runs. The pass game wasn't there at all because they had no time to throw. They refused to go to like quick RPOs to get the ball out. They just could not figure out that stacked defense of Bob Spring Lake Park. And most important part, the quarterback is coming back. Well, I think we'll get to him in a minute, but yeah, I'm 8-0 regular season. They're only going to play 2 section games. That puts them at 10-0. So you just have to make the over on this, Caleb, they have to make it to the state final. You do understand that,
I think
right?
they're winning it.
It depends on who they play round 1. If
I've learned
Washburn picks Spring Lake Park
from
this
down
time,
in Spring Lake Park. All right. I've crossed the fence. You haven't. Don't.
no,
I'm not. You're not going to convince me to get on the same side as
is
you because I was there last year, and I got.
okay.
Mm,
It's
mhm.
Section 7 could be a little bit more competitive at the top, but Alexandria is probably going to be the other winner to make state out of Section 8. Spring Lake Park will be out of this section. Probably Washburn will be out of Section 5, and they'll be the 4 seeds. They get to pick who they want to play. Like,
Who are they gonna pick this year?
Yeah, exactly. Who are they going to pick this year? I would not want to pick Spring Lake Park after last year, but they should beat a team out of the South
You're a
in round
hater.
two,
You're
unless
a
it's
hater on Spring Lake Park, aren't you? You still are.
no. You know what? It's very
Take the
bold,
under.
but I'm going to take
Take
the
the under.
over. I'm taking the
Over.
over.
Okay.
No, I was mean enough to Spring Lake Park last year when I said they had no shot of beating Armstrong. That ended up all over the locker room. Not going to make that mistake again. Coach Lance learns from his mistakes and grows.
Nolan Roach. Uh,
Here's the guy.
yes. Class of 2027. You should be, aware of him if you were watching any of the bank games last
Yeah.
year.
Like, no other team had any clue what play outside veer was. It was like Buffalo got killed by it in the state title game. Chanhassen got smoked by it. Armstrong got killed by it. I'm like, guys, it's almost like watching Lakeville South defend the flex mode. Just like,
He can beat you in the air, and he will definitely beat you in the run, especially in
so
the offense.
yeah.
Just again, one of those guys that I say is a football player and not a quarterback.
He's the Finn Mac in a 5A.
He's really good. He's gonna lead another successful season for SLP this year, and I can't wait. I can't wait to watch it happen. So, Spring
Yeah.
Lake Park.
Mm. They're gonna have to win by scoring. Now that you got me thinking about it, because they did graduate a lot of pieces on defense, but I
Yeah,
think just 5A teams just don't understand the flex bone.
Skelly,
They're not gonna stop it.
Skelly, Skelly was good. I love his last name too. It's great. You heard it a lot. You heard it a lot last year.
Oh.
Section 7,
Ooh,
the
maybe
Elks,
one of the only competitive sections left, other than Section 2 in 5A.
10.5 wins. It's up there. What do you
10
got?
and a half. Oh,
Mm.
in years past, I would have just been like, "Oh, over easily."
Yeah,
But you
with
look
the
at
white
their
helmet, it kind of changes a little bit, doesn't it?
no, the helmet does not change
It
things.
does for me. It's
Not
not the same.
okay.
They're gonna be softer with the white helmet, aren't they?
No, what
Um,
is okay? Is that why you like Farmington? Because they're all black. The darker the color
I
scheme, the
actually
more
like the
hard
white
the team
helmet, but I
is.
feel like it's gonna affect your identity.
No, I'm gonna disagree on that because the power T is still the power T, and 5A teams have no clue what a bear front is. I don't think
White's
I've seen
clean.
any of them use a bear front on Elk River. Their whole logic is just put more guys on the line, more guy in box, more guy on line, without thinking of what plays are they actually running. Like you have to
I'm gonna
actually
take
spread
the
it out.
over because I've learned my lesson on doubting Elk River before, so I'm
No.
just gonna err on the side. All jokes aside, the white helmet's not gonna change much, although it does make them look cooler. And yeah, although I'm a little concerned, there's not a lot of red on their uniform anymore,
Yeah, I guess it's a little bit of a bummer, but the black
so I might
goes
take the
hard.
under.
Um,
Kidding.
so to get to 11 wins, they would have to qualify for state, basically. Alexandria's a home game this year. The only game I think they could get tripped up on is a team we'll talk about in a little bit here, Week 7, Monticello. That'll be a home game for the Elks, though. Yeah, that should be 7 or 8 wins plus 2 is 9, and then Washburn picks them again. That puts them at 10. So there you go. Elk River 10. Well, that's 10. 11 and a
10.
half. They still need one more. Yeah, I'll still go over. It means they're going to have to make it to the bank again, but I mean, would you bet against
That's their
Elk River making it to the
expectation.
bank? Not a shot. No.
Even
So
with
give me the over on the Elks. Roll power T.
Braden Becker, running back. We know you and your programs love running backs. All right, I'm gripping in. Same
Utilize the talents of your athletes instead of trying to force them to play a spread offense. It
over
works.
1,300 yards, TD machine, just one of many running backs in the Elk River system that's been a successful guy, and he's got another year coming back. So again, that's 11 or more games of winning for him to help him power this offense. So it'll be fun to see Becker. Interesting to see what I mean. the quarterback really doesn't matter in this offense, but
That is a bad
okay,
take,
I
Caleb.
should
That's
no,
coming from an outsider.
I should take that back. Okay, especially with Levi Harris, like he's super good with his legs, and it does matter,
Oh
but
yeah.
it doesn't. I was comparing it to an a quarterback heavy reliant offense.
Okay, so it's just the trick about the power
Stop.
T because you're speaking of an outside perspective. The quarterback run game is an essential pillar of the power T offense.
But that's
There's a
not
reason that
much.
Mounds View deleted all of
I
their
mean,
scrimmage plays.
the ball fakes, I guess that is a skill that needs to be.
No, well, yes, that has to be ironed out. But the quarterback run plays and the play action pass. If you do not have those two things, those are two out of the three most important elements
Doesn't
of the power
pass. Like
T.
doesn't pass. Come on.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. Literally, the three most important elements of the power T. You have to have the run game, obviously. You have to have the quarterback run game, and you have to have the play action game.
The
If you got
quarterback
all
run
three of
game, I
those,
agree with. The play action, you guys don't care about play action. I know it.
well,
So
okay. It's a little bit different with Lakeville South and
you're
6A.
putting on this front here
With
that
how
I
big
can
our O
see
line
through.
was, you don't need to do like any play action. Like, look, you didn't need to pass the football against Maple Grove. They couldn't. Why do you need
It's
to?
3rd and 15, and you guys are running the ball.
If the
Come on.
opponent can't stop it, why would you pass the ball?
Oh, I'm not. I just said it was going to be interesting to see who is replacing Levi Harris. And
Yes.
even if he isn't Levi Harris, I still think that they're going to be a good football team. That's kind of the point that it's getting at. But
Yeah.
I'll always
But
take a shot at your guys' offense when I
gosh,
can.
no,
So,
you have to put one of your best athletes at the quarterback in that offense that can run, no doubt.
right. Monticello, I'm going to take the over pretty
Oh, this
easily.
yeah, Monty
I
was
like
so close
Monticello.
last year. That watching back the Monty Elk River playoff game is nuts. That came down to like last second Elk River touchdown or pretty close to last second.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was. And especially when they beat them, it's hard to beat a team twice.
it is hard to beat a team twice. Poor 5A. But looking at the schedule, like same thing.
Win, 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 win,
Alexandria is
win.
at Monticello, so that's a home game.
The last two games are kind of the
Ooh, maybe this will help Caleb. Week 7 will be on a short week at Elk River because that's MEA week, and then they're at Bemidji week 8.
hmm. Hmm.
Short week to prepare for Elk River. I'm definitely giving them L week 7. Week 8,
I'd
I'm gonna
rather
go L.
John Gruden had this. He said, "I'd rather get teeth pulled than play Todd Bowles on a short week." But I think he could probably do that with Elk River and be like, "Yeah, I'd rather get teeth pulled than play Elk River on a short week." I would not wish that upon anybody.
Well, Prior Lake's gonna have to deal with that. They got to play Lakeville South in a short week this year.
Not fun. Good
Oh
luck. That's not going to end well.
yeah. No, I think I'm going to barely take the under on Monticello. I can see him going 6-2. They get one playoff win, so they'll still be a 2 seed.
They're going to get their get back though in sections
Against Elk River on the
yep.
road at Elk River.
Oh well, I guess.
Yeah, because remember they're going to get.
If I take the over on both, I'm only going to be wrong on one of them. If I take the under, I gotta be wrong on one of them. If that makes sense.
You got to be wrong
Did I
on one of
say that?
them. So maybe this will help
Did I
you.
say
If
that
they
right?
start off
I don't know if I
6
said
and
that right.
0, they would get to play like Saint. They would play St. Francis, Cambridge's Santee, or Duluth East in the playoffs. Probably not Duluth East because they won't make it out of the first round. But you're going to play the winner of Cambridge and St. Francis, who they've already beaten. That's an easy win. Now you have to go play Elk River. What are you going to do there?
So there's no way that I can take the over and be right on both of them. Is that what you're telling me?
Basically, if you take the over, you
No,
have to
actually,
take
no.
both of them.
That's not true.
All right, walk
If
me through your thoughts.
if they go undefeated, they
Oh,
win.
okay.
No, hear me out. If they
All
go
right.
undefeated, okay, they win their first section game.
Yep, and
They
then they
lose
play
to
Elk
Elk
River.
River. They would still
Okay.
eclipse. They would still eclipse the over under mark, and I would still have a chance of Elk River eclipsing my over under too because I picked over. So there is a
Mm,
possibility that both can
mm.
happen.
But it's just Monticello would have to go undefeated in the regular season.
Monticello is going to be good. Tell you
They're going
what.
to be good, but yeah, undefeated
What
is
was
hard.
their season? Run me through their regular season last year.
So they were 7-1. They destroyed Sauk Rapids Rice 34-18. Their sole loss was at Alexandria,
Isn't
and it
it
was
close?
only 7-0.
See, see.
I see that's the problem. Like Monty is a very good football team, but
I think
Bemidji and Elk
Monty's going to
River
be
road
better than
games.
Alexandria this year too.
I I'm sorry, I can't go above 8 wins. I got them going 7-1. I think they're going to lose to Elk River
Hater.
on a short
You
week. They're
don't
going to
believe in
win one
magic, do
playoff
you?
game to get up to 8, and then lose to Elk River again in sections.
Hmm.
8 wins is where I'm capping Monticello. I would not be surprised if they went above it, but yeah.
Jonathan Moore, one of the more impressive 2028 players in the state, athlete. He can do it wherever he plays, and it's one of my more interesting things that I can't wait to see about Monticello is how they use a weapon like that. Primarily receiver, that's where he plays in the off season. But Monticello likes to run the ball with Holthouse. That's kind of their thing. So how can they use a guy like that? Maybe move him around and get a dangerous weapon like that, and then also how can he be used on defense is another
Yes.
thing. But overall, a stud athlete, and I think it's going to be a reason why Monticello goes undefeated. Whoa, who said
now,
that?
now you're drinking the red and black Kool-Aid. You're
Who
drinking
said
that
that?
nuclear reactor Kool-Aid. Is what you're doing.
St. Francis.
Mm. So, was QB was Eli Rothbauer last year? Was that his name?
Tanner.
Tanner Rothbauer. All right. My
Yep.
apologies, Mr. Rothbauer.
UMD.
Um,
UMD guy.
yeah. So it's tough for me to bank on a team that is losing their starting quarterback. That was so much of their offense, and their defense was a big concern last year. Albeit that was against Elk River and Monticello, so it's understandable you give up a lot of points to those
See,
teams.
you get pushed around.
um, they're going to be at New Prague. That's a haul, and that's a run-heavy team. But but they're not convincing wins. You know what? Cooper will be competitive. They can beat Irondale, so that's 2.
I'm going to go
Cambridge,
under.
Isanti, they lost to last year. Was Pinellas Park. Okay, I got 3 wins on that schedule. I'm gonna go over by 1 game
One.
because I 3-5 regular season. But one of the next teams we're going to talk about, they're going to match up with them in the first round of the playoffs, and that is going to be an easy win for them. So give me over for St.
I'm going
Francis.
under, but
What?
three
Okay,
and a half.
okay, okay.
Well,
We'll
hold on.
see.
Look at this right here. See this?
that is true,
You
but the
see this
schedule
one?
is a lot easier this time around. They're not messing with Andover anymore.
David Downs, athlete, receiver, DB, two-way guy that I've got to see. Pretty sure he plays for Minnesota Elite, and that's kind of where I've got to see him this offseason. Just in a really good scheme to be shown off as well, offensively and defensively. So, David Downs, have a year and prove me wrong. I dare you.
Let's see it. Yeah, I'm 4.5 for Cambridge Isanti. Did we
Yep,
decide? Is it you're the guy that knows all about Minnesota City names with Coach Wilkie? Is it
right.
Isanti? Isanti? How do you say it?
I Sandy.
Cambridge Isanti.
I don't really say the T in it though. I say I Sandy.
Isani. It's a silent T.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not
Wait.
just. It's not one you really like. It's just I Sandy.
Isani. Okay, I'm gonna
You
have to
see,
work on
the
the.
T's there. The T's there. I'm saying the T. I Sandy.
Okay, it's very subtle T. Isani.
It's.
All right.
I just. I mean, I'm sure you can say it. I Santy.
I
I
say that,
Santy.
that's my Illinois accent. We're very
What?
harsh on our.
I just say I Sandy.
Isani. Oh, at least they get to play a 4A team with Chisago Lakes, which they did win last year. If you look at their wins,
Chi Town.
Sartell, Chisago Lakes, they have 2 triple option teams right out of the bag, so that'll be interesting. Then they're going to lose 3
Smash
games in
mouth
a
those
row.
games. It'd be good stuff.
Who Yeah, no.
Just a
So
lot of
it's
smash mouth, to be honest. Until you get to St. Francis and Irondale, I'm sock
I
for like
was just
5
saying St.
weeks,
Francis.
just
You know what? Give me the
grueling.
over. It's barely going to be an over, Caleb, but Sartell, Chisago Lake, St. Francis, Sauk Rapids, Rice, Irondale.
Cambridge,
Boom.
Isani gets the first season. I I didn't do history going back past 2020, but that'd be the first season in 6 seasons that they have 5 wins.
Wow.
That's
I
what you're predicting? I'm not.
I I mean it's tough, but those are all winnable games in my eyes. St. Francis is going to be down. Those other four they should win. I know they dropped the ball against Sauk Rapids Rice last season,
2,
but should
3.
be a win.
No,
And they're
I
not going
totally
to.
agree. Actually, I I think this is the year. 5 wins. Give it to
Okay.
me.
There
Go
we
Blue
go. Yeah,
Jackets.
because I they're not going to win a playoff game. They're going to have to play
Sartell,
whoever the two seed
Chisago,
is between
St.
Monticello
Francis.
and Elk River. That's
Yeah,
not happening.
I agree. They're gonna get 5.
Let's do it. End the streak, Cambridge
Go ahead, Blue
Isani.
Jackets. Mr. Knox. I've gotten to see this guy too. He's been played for Next Level Athletes this off season at and just various 7-on-7 events.
How does he
So
look with pads on though?
oh, he's good.
There we
He's good.
go.
He's good. Yeah, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Primarily as a DB, pretty much well regarded as the best DB for his class, and also with that he has the ball skills to whether it's going to get picks or high school, um, play both ways. But he has the ball skills to go with his defensive back skills, which is unique and overall one of the top players of his class. So shout out Knox and go get the Blue Jackets 5 wins. That's gonna be awesome.
Let's do it. Taking the over.
The
Oh,
Greyhounds. Oof.
so I, did you just bark? What the?
Did twice.
It's.
That's what a Greyhound sounds like.
I don't know if
Three
that's
and
what
a
the Duluth
half.
East Greyhounds sound like. They might be a little more of a whimper. At least
Especially the
they get to
last
play
3 years.
Hibbing. It's so their wins last year were Rockridge, Denfeld, and Hibbing. And obviously, like I don't know if we talked about this as much because Duluth East is so far away from all the other 5A teams. They play mostly a 4A schedule because they're up in the I think it's like called the Red Second District or something, the Northeast Red. So that's why you see like Hermantown's 4A, Rockridge, Grand Rapids, Denfeld, Cloquet, North Branch. Those are all the teams around them. None of them are 5A though. Unfortunately, all of those happen to be really good 4A teams, especially Grand Rapids making it to the bank last year.
Hermantown's solid.
Yeah, Hermantown's got Sleen, running
Sling,
back's
yep.
name. There we go. Yeah.
Good
I'm going
knowledge
under.
there.
I'm going under because so basically, Duluth East would have to be able to win 4 games in the regular season because their first round playoff game is probably going to be at Cambridge Isantee or at St. Francis, one of those two, and there's no shot they're doing like winning either of those games.
Yeah. Greyhounds. They have gotten to 4 wins the last 6 years twice, but none in the last 3 years. Last realignment cycle, 3 and 6. I think they'll probably finish around there. So I'm going to go with the under as well. Section 8. Here we go.
Let's do it.
On the
We're
home
on to the
stretch.
final, final
Alex.
section. Ooh, going with the big one right out of the gate.
8.5.
Oh, that's tough because Alex does have a relatively tough schedule. I mean, just look at some of the teams on there: Bemidji, Armstrong, Elk River, Monticello, Chanhassen. That's 5 tough games right there, just in the regular season.
Mm.
But then again, you figure who's going to be on the road. The
1, 2,
Chanhassen has to
3.
go to him. Sartell goes to him. Sauk Rapids Rice goes to him, and Armstrong goes to him. So that Chanhassen one could be a coin flip, but it's tough to beat the Storm. All right, so here's my thought process. They're gonna make it to states. They're gonna get 2 section wins. So I got at least 2 playoff wins out of them. Armstrong's got to go there. Give me 3. Brainerd bad. Give me 4.
So you're chalking it up that they're going to beat Bemidji.
Yeah. So no,
Okay.
no, I haven't gotten to Bemidji yet. Sauk Rapids
Well,
Rice is
you're going to have
5.
to beat Bemidji to get to
Sartell
state, right?
6. Yeah, you know what, Bemidji? Give me Bemidji at 7. There we go. Well, it's tough to. You know what? We'll come back to regular season Bemidji.
Bemidji
Playoff
twice, though. That's tough.
Bemidji. That's right. Because if they lose, they wouldn't be the 1 seed in the section. They'd have to go to Bemidji twice.
I'm going to go under.
You're
You see,
going
in
on. You know what?
2023, they had 11. 2024,
Mm.
they had 10. 2025, they had 9. It's a simple trend. So they're going to finish with 8 wins this season. Going to have a good year. I can't pick out where the losses are going to be, where the wins are going to be. But I
I'm
also
going.
like Bemidji
I'm going over.
to win the section too, so that also factors into it. I
Yeah,
got under. I think they're going to finish with 8 wins.
they had 9 last year. They were close
They were
at
a better.
Chan.
They're better than a 9-win team last year, though. I feel like
Yeah,
that
I
record's kind of
well, and they ran into Spring Lake Park first round of the
deceiving,
playoffs because Washburn threw the first round.
and almost beat them. It took a
It's overtime. Yeah.
miraculous play. Yeah,
I think they're gonna flip. They're gonna beat Chan but lose to Monticello, and then they should win. No, they gotta go to Elk River. Yeah, I'm gonna go under, just barely under. I think they're gonna drop the Monticello and Elk River games.
we have a consensus. Jensen, Martinson, O line, D line, and it's been a trend in Alexandria to have really good linemen. I think Zabel was the person that we highlighted last season, and now he's moving on. So who steps in? Martinson, team captain, MSUM commit, and another great Alex lineman to protect whoever's going to be QB1 for them this season. He'll have, I can't remember off the top of my head, and maybe switching positions based on who's leaving. So who knows where he'll be at on the offensive line, but I know he will be blocking the crap out of whoever's in front of him. So, Alex, Mr. Martinson, shout out. There we go. Sartell.
Let's go. Your favorite
Sabres.
offense.
Oh, love it.
2 teams in this section with that offense.
3.5.
Yeesh, weird one with St. Cloud Tech. I guess it makes sense.
Good win though. Good win. Good season last year after coming off, a 1-17 combined.
Yes, but who were their wins last year? I guess you're right. It's definitely a lot better than what they did in the previous
The
cycle.
realignment cycle has to do something with that. But
yes.
Also, the over-under has to do, it incorporates the realignment cycle. I don't need to remind you that we're not saying how good they're going to be. We're saying how many wins.
It's the record. It's because
So
St.
what are your
Cloud Tech
thoughts?
will beat. They should beat Sauk Rapids Rice. They should beat
They're going to
Cooper.
be
That's
St.
3.
Francis. What was the St. Francis score? Do you have a?
Yeah, St. Francis. They lost last year, 31-29, and that was at St. Francis. It's
Flipping.
going to be
That's
in
flipping.
Sartell.
That's flipping.
Yeah, that and Brainerd should be another win too. So give me the over. I got them blowing that over out. I don't know if they're gonna do well in the playoffs, but I got them winning 5 games. I think 5-3 regular season is definitely reachable.
5-3. 1, 2.
St. Cloud Tech, Brainerd, St. Francis,
I guess you're not far off.
Rice, and
I mean,
Cooper.
if I picked over, I'd be choosing 4. So 5 isn't really. It's 1 game more. I'm gonna go over. Give me Sartell, the Sabres. Let's do it.
To you,
Ambrosier. That sounds good.
Okay, we'll go with
Ambrosier. Hopefully, you'll reach out to me to tell me your last name if you're watching this. I would greatly appreciate it. Fullback, running back, class of 2027. So it'll be his senior year. Rush for 874, 9 TDs. 125 yards a game is nothing to scoff at. and probably going to be a main feature of that offense. So I'm expecting more production coming out from him this season. And
Mm,
Brozier, that's what I'm going to
mm.
go with.
Yeah, those stats look solid, but you also have to remember they're a flex bone offense. It feels like they should have more rushing yards than that.
I also think that was on not as many games logged as possible. So it was one of the
Mm,
cases where an injury or they just didn't record stats for a couple games also factor into that.
gotcha.
Good heads up there though. Yeah. Sock Rapids Rice, the
Ooh,
Storm.
I, I, long gone to the days of Sauk Rapids Rice throwing hands with Elk River and Andover. I had what? Oh, the you just
Yikes.
yeah. I mean, you can see in the records at the top. Ever since they had that nice 21-22 cycle, even into 23, just been trending in the wrong direction to the point where the over under is only 2.5. And the
Nah.
schedule's tough. I mean, you look at Monticello, Elk
Monticello,
River,
Elk River.
Bemidji, Waconia,
Ew.
Alexandria. I mean, that's 5 losses right there. Can they win the 3 remaining games with Brainerd and Cambridge, Santee, and Sartell?
That's that's the age old question. What do you got?
I'm going to say
What was the score
no.
of those what was the score of those 3 games last season?
Last year, they lost to Brainerd in the regular season 49-14, but beat them in the playoffs 38-30.
49-14 and they
In
flipped
the
it?
yeah, and then they flipped that.
That doesn't add up.
That I don't know, and they were
Something
both at
fishy had to
Brainerd.
happen there.
Go figure. Um, who was the other close game? Sartell, they lost 21-7, and then they actually beat Cambridge Isantee last year 32-28. That was their lone win, other than the Brainerd playoff win.
Hmm. Give me the over.
You're going over.
No, no. Yeah, no.
No, okay, I
I
disagree.
was
I'm going
I was kind
under.
of with it. I was kind
I
of with
think
it.
at best that all right, my wheels are turning because if they play Brainerd twice, then that's 2 wins plus a win over Sartell or Cambridge Ice Santee. That'd be 3. I'm gonna be risky, Caleb. I'm taking the over. I
Take
think
it.
they just barely get
Let's
to
go.
3 wins. I'm gonna hop on the Sauk Rapids
Nice.
Rice Storm bandwagon.
Nice. That's good. Give them some love. Love to see it.
Mostly because they're gonna beat Brainerd twice.
Get slaughtered by them and then beat them the second time. That's how you do it.
Brainerd doesn't have a quarterback anymore.
Or do they? Connor Winkleman, uh, one of the athletes for this Storm team that I remember watching him at it was the SJU camp last summer going into last fall. He was just routing everybody up. And it's like, who this guy's good. So receiver, DB, playmaker on both sides of the ball. It's a trend when you get into 5A and below that they're they make plays on both sides, and they're also like impactful people on both sides of the ball, which is something that a lot of teams don't have the luxury of having. Well, I guess it's not really a luxury; it's more you have to have.
You have to because you don't have a school of 3,600 kids
Right.
like Wyzetta.
So these kids are needed,
MSHSL enrollment, not base enrollment.
and that is why I am highlighting him. But overall, impressive player. We'll see. Maybe he can. I mean, you jumped on the Storm bandwagon, so maybe he can help you out in making you look smart.
Eh.
Brainerd, the
uh,
Warriors, two
ugh.
and a half.
This is another team that I've kind of been saying other teams are going to beat. What a schedule! I think they can compete with Duluth East. Maybe they can compete with Sauk Rapids Rice, but like Buffalo loss, and then those last 4 games of the season for Brainerd are ridiculous. That is such a tough stretch. Which are
Over,
the You know what the nice thing about that is though? 3 of those 4 games are going to be at home. The only road game they're going to have is Monticello, Bemidji,
so they can get
Alexandria,
the
and
crap beaten out of
SLP
them
all go
at
to
home.
Brainerd. Huh?
Uh, I think, I think Brainerd is going to win the first 4 games, and they're going to lose the next 4, and they're going to finish 4-4. They'll probably go 4-5. I don't know if 4-4
Mm.
might give them a favorable first round matchup for sections.
If they beat
that they might even
Sartell,
go.
and there's only 5 teams in the section, so they'd be the 3 seed, and they'd be playing the 2 seed. They would be playing Alexandria, the loser of Alexandria Bemidji in
Okay,
round
that's
one.
not good. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
No, but they're gonna get over 2.5, most definitely. They're gonna win the first four, and they'll probably be asking to be higher in my rankings, and they'll go, well, you got to beat somebody to get higher, and then I think they're gonna struggle with the second half of their schedule, but
Yeah, no question there.
they're gonna get the over under. You
Mm,
don't think so? Just say it.
no, I'm gonna go under because
No.
you're definitely right. Buffalo, I don't think they're gonna be as competitive with, especially it's at Buffalo, and I don't see that happening. Duluth East and Sauk Rapids Rice are the 2 games that pop out to me as winnable. But they have to go on the road to Sartell. They couldn't stop the Flexbone last year. I don't think they're going to stop it this year. So I'm going under. I think at best, Brainerd gets 2 wins.
Yikes. Malik Lauer. Lair. One of those two. One of those two
Lauer.
has to
Well,
be
I
right.
like Lauer. It sounds
Lauer.
German.
Malik Lauer, quarterback, class of 2029. So he's only going to be a, yeah.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, he kind of got
Young
thrust
dude,
into that role because their junior quarterback transferred.
right?
Yeah.
Now a Saber.
He's
But an athlete that is playing the quarterback spot, which is another trend that we see in talking about these 5A teams, but I think and seeing him throw, I was I was telling you before we recorded that Brainerd had a really good showing, and I was impressed with Brainerd at the 7-on-7 that they were at, where I got to see Malik throw. And again, only a sophomore, so he's got a lot of growing to do. And I think I'm a believer. I'm a Warrior believer, apparently, since I took the over. So go ahead,
Was
Mr.
that the 7-on-7 at STMA, the Tanner Morgan one, where the final was Farmington and Rosemount?
Yes.
I okay. I You can say they did good on 7 or at 7-on-7, but at the same time,
Chan is there.
Chan's a good team. Are we missing one team?
No? Are
We
we?
didn't talk about we didn't talk about Bemidji yet, did we?
Oh, God, did I? Dude. Oh,
I caught it. We almost missed on the Lumberjacks. Let's go.
that means, you know what, that I didn't even do that on purpose.
Oh
I
no.
didn't even do that on purpose, but I did that for 6A and I did that for 5A.
Wayzata
So,
got left off. Bemidji. We almost forgot about Bemidji. Had we forgotten about them, they would have been 13-0 guaranteed if we would have just cut the video
ooh,
there.
that's tough luck. They're gonna hate you.
I'm not the one. Well, that's true. I'm the one that got you and was like, "Hey, wait, we have one more team to talk about."
They probably have like an axe throwing store at Bemidji, I'm guessing, and they'll put Coach Lance's face just on there throwing axes
Just
at
on
it.
the axe throwing, like we could have
You
been 13-0.
robbed their perfect season, idiot.
What is
But let's
this guy?
talk about it. Bemidji, 5.5 wins. I'm gonna take an over. I'm gonna take an over here.
They
Even
beat
though
Grand
a
Rapids
tough,
last
rough
year.
first two games, I think they're gonna finish the regular season 5-3 at worst.
Mm,
Yeah, 5-3. They'll at least win a playoff game. I think they're gonna get out of their section, and I'll be riding high.
are they going to beat Alexandria? That's the big question mark for me here. The Monticello game really doesn't matter as much because different section, and that may be a preview of state. But if they can take down Alex twice, they're going to make it to state. And maybe Washburn will pick Bemidji round one this time instead of Elk River.
The choices.
It is. I think I might agree with you. Elk River's a loss because they're going to be at Elk River. Grand
Tread
Rapids, they'll
lightly here.
beat.
You're already in
No, they don't. They
choppy
already don't like
waters.
me anyway because I ruined the season. But I'm just going to go through it. Grand Rapids, Buffalo, Sauk Rapids, Brainerd. They should beat Sartell. That's 5. And they're gonna win a playoff game that's 6. So yeah, even if they do end up choking against Alexandria, I'm still gonna take the over on the Lumberjacks.
Hey, that is 2 overs. I just think they're going to get way farther than you. Owen Vandermeer, quarterback, makes the offense go. Hey, like you said, in run heavy offenses, you need quarterbacks an important position. Coach Lance said it.
Yes. And
So
oh my goodness,
give
if
him the
you
keys.
take out, so look at his name, Caleb. If you take out, like, he's the perfect
Where
last
are you
name
going with
for this
this?
offense. You take out the
Oh,
Anderm,
got it. Got
and
it.
you're left with just Veer.
Got it.
Oh, oh, he was born for this, dude. Now I'm calling
Just
Bemidji 13-0, man. You cannot have a name like that in a flexbone offense and not go undefeated. That is
dual threat.
insane.
Can do it with his legs, do it with his arm. I think he's going to be a big reason why this Bemidji team does prove me right and gets the state and can make some noise there while they're at it. So
Ooh, taking
that's
down
gonna
Alex.
cover. That's gonna
Owen
cover.
Veer.
Is that everybody? Did we get every?
That is everybody. I've
Okay,
clicked on all 43 teams in 6A this year, or in 5A this year. We did not miss anyone.
that's great. And if you are still listening to this, you should appreciate it. Go hit the subscribe button. I don't do this often. Go like it because it is 1:37 a.m. and
For us,
we
we're
are we are on the grind. I can't
always on that
wait.
grind.
I can't wait to go to bed tonight. It's gonna be delicious. I hear it calling from behind me. But is there anything else that we need to touch on before we end our 5A preview?
I got to start chopping up this MSHSL enrollments that
Tree?
dropped for the
Oh,
next cycle. Looking at the date, it was actually dropped on July 27th, so I'm behind the times by like 2 or 3 weeks here.
man, you're slacking, dude.
I am. I didn't think they were going to have any of this out until September, but hey, I will take it.
Well, maybe that's a separate one we can do. Diving into rumors and speculation
Yep. Because
on
as of right now, Apple Valley is 6A, Coon Rapids is 5A. As of right now.
hmm, interesting stuff. I love that stuff. Yeah. Well, coach, it was how was the tour 5A? Did it taste good? Did
It
you enjoy
does.
your time?
It's very nostalgic for me. It takes me back to the old Jefferson days, seeing all these teams again. It's a wonderful blast from the past.
Great. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed as the viewers, and we'll see what we got for content coming up. I'm busy. I'm working on a whole lot of things, so there's a lot going on behind the scenes that I'm trying to do for you guys. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you next time. Time for us to go to bed and
Yes.
you to click off the video. So we'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching.